What is your best truth or dare gone wrong moment? We were playing truth or dare and she chose truth. Her boyfriend thought it was a good idea to ask who the best guy she'd ever slept with was. She was drunk enough to answer honestly and said his brother. Everything went awkwardly quiet while he got pissed, and the rest of us just sat there. Turns out it was before they started dating, but he was still mad about it. He's a moron. Only two answers for that. Him or someone else. That's not a gamble most guys should take. What's the best sex you've ever had with someone who you currently love and are in a relationship with? Still your brother. We were playing truth or dare Jenga. I pulled a block that said kiss the person on your left, so I gave the girl next to me a quick innocent peck on the cheek. She turned red. Skip ahead 11 years. I'm single and she owns half my stuff. Break-ins are getting wild lately, but at least you already know who took everything, so maybe the cops actually have a shot at tracking her down. College party. Everyone's wasted. My buddy dares his girlfriend to make out with another girl, and she actually does. Everyone cheers because it seems fun at first. Then she clearly starts enjoying it, and they keep flirting and talking all night. End of the night comes, and the two girls go back to her dorm together while the boyfriend is awkwardly left out. A few weeks later, she straight up dumps him and starts dating the other girl. There were 6 of us total, 3 guys and 3 girls, and once the party got drunker and the dares got way more intense, we'd all lost most of our clothes. One guy dared one of the girls and she picked dare. He told her to go make out with him in the bedroom along with the other 2 girls. They all happily went with him, and the remaining guy and I spent the next hour sitting around in our underwear playing Soul Calibur like absolute losers. He went all in and it paid off. At least you got to play Soul Calibur. We were kids, like 11 or 12, playing truth or dare outside at my place, and one of my friends dared me to pee in the bird bath, even though my parents and the neighbors could totally see it. I did it anyway, and he thought it was hilarious. Then when it was his turn, he picked dare, and another friend dared him to drink from the bird bath, and it went downhill for him real fast. Well, did he drink from the fountain of youth or what? He drank from the fountain, it just wasn't the fountain of youth. Middle school, my buddy got dared to go into the closet and kiss this girl. Ages go by, so we check on them, and he was so nervous he peed himself while they were both trying to clean it up with the clothes hanging around. Wow, what a legendary girl. Not me, but I remember reading a story about someone being dared to go home. And they actually did it. Senior year, got dared to kiss my crush. She was super shy, and her friends had basically set it up because she liked me. I lean in to kiss her, and she blushes like crazy, then farts loudly, jumps up, and runs off crying. I laughed so hard at this, poor thing. Steve dared Molly to kiss me, so I gave him $20 to make it happen. Molly ended up running out of the room crying. Got dared to run around the block naked. Wasn't New Year's, but maybe close. I opted for the half block because, well, I'm chubby and didn't feel like running the whole thing. Did the main street stretch, a few honks, all good. Back stretch runs past a park and a church. When I see a guy running from the park, I first think, aw, poor little guy running from the big naked dude. Then I notice fire in the church windows and realize he's running from a fire he started. I chase him, my friends waiting with a robe and a shot, see some random guy sprint by, then me in full naked mode yelling to call cops and fire department. I catch up a bit but realize the fire department is literally around the corner and I'm naked. So I turn back, grab the robe just in time for cops to show. Fire department comes a few minutes later. Turns out it was a Christmas tree in the park and my drunk self just saw it reflected in the church windows. Cops also got a streaker call, didn't mention it until they left. Came for the nakedness, stayed for the heroism, upvoted for the laugh at the end. Poor guy got chased down by a big black naked drunk dude. Truth or dare at a friend's place after high school graduation. Everyone was drinking. One guy was always down to do whatever, sober or not. Bottle lands on him. Someone dares him to skinny dip in the pool. He strips and runs, but overshoots and smacks stomach first into the diving board. Somehow he ends up, well, shitting in the pool. The pool owner freaks, grabs the net to clean it up, ends up hitting him with it because it's all liquid. The guy climbs out grinning like a horror movie villain, yelling, "Give me a hug!" And we lock him outside until he passes out. Pool was totally ruined. What a shitty situation. At a girl's birthday party with super conservative parents, she had been bragging for weeks about a tattoo on her butt she got without them knowing. Someone dared her to prove it to us and she agreed, bent over the card table, pants down, telling me to check it out while everyone else laughed. Right at that moment, her mom came downstairs, opened the door, and saw the whole thing. Well, did she have a tattoo or not? Yes, and I believe she came up with a much worse explanation than the truth, so her parents never found out. My friends and I used to play Truth or Dare in the hospital parking lot. We were in our late teens, too old to do this at home with parents around, too young for bars. So the parking lot was perfect because people left us alone. We'd play in our parked car. One cold, miserable winter night, a guy in our group, Herman, was dared to run a lap around the car completely naked. No big deal for him. He stripped, ran the lap, then tried to open the door again. For some reason, this set off the car alarm with the rest of us inside. Instead of climbing in, Herman ran toward a little area near the main building, crouching by a cage holding gas meters and electrical equipment, like the opening of the Terminator. While he hid, a security guard appeared, stared at the car, saw nobody, and left. As soon as the guard vanished, Herman sprinted back across the icy lot, got spotted by someone else yelling, jumped in, and we sped off. That was our last night hanging out at the hospital. I feel like an opportunity to use the word Herminator was missed. In uni, we were playing Truth or Dare, and my buddy got dared to streak across the student housing grounds in the middle of winter. We all agreed on a footwear caveat, so not totally naked. There was a tiny balcony on the apartment we were drinking in. He stripped, slid open the second floor balcony door, and tried to hop the rail to the ground. As he sat on the rail preparing to jump, his nuts and perineum froze to the metal. Someone joked, "Push him," but before anything happened, he screamed like a girl, and thankfully no one did. We poured warm water from a KFC bucket over him so he came loose. Everyone still counted it as completing the dare. Thinking about it still makes me cringe. One wrong move and it could have been way worse. Apparently, he'd been a bit sweaty beforehand, and his hands got some damage too, but who cares when your nuts are frozen to a rail? A fucking KFC bucket, I'm dead. We were playing a card game with a Never Have I Ever minigame, basically the truth part of Truth or Dare. One girl says, "Never have I ever slept with anyone besides Tyler," her current boyfriend. Not there. That was a lie, and in my house, the rules are no judgments and no lies. She broke the latter. I asked, "What about Andy, the guy she lost her virginity to on a drunken night no one else knew about?" She got so mad she stormed out, and everyone else was like, "You did what had to be done." I feel for her, but don't pull that in my house. Edit. Another time during Never Have I Ever, I called out the open secret of two people hooking up, Jordan and Robin. Everyone knew but kept quiet since it was kind of a mutual best I can get thing. We joked about him disappearing as responding to the Robin signal. During the game, I said, "Never have I ever responded to the Robin signal." People spit their drinks out. It was glorious. House party at a friend's place, everyone drinking, someone suggests Truth or Dare, and it slowly escalates into people making worse and worse decisions. One guy in our group is feeling confident and picks Dare, and someone tells him to text his ex, "I miss you," and put the phone on the table so everyone can see the response. He laughs it off, sends the text, and we all wait. A minute later, she replies asking why he's drunk texting her at 2 in the morning. He tries to recover by saying it was a joke, but she keeps replying asking where he is and who he's with. About 20 minutes later, there's a knock at the door, and it turns out she lives nearby and actually came over. She walks in, immediately sees him sitting next to the girl he's been flirting with all night, and completely loses it. She throws her drink at him, yells a few things none of us will forget, and storms out. The room goes dead silent. The guy just sits there soaked and stunned, and Truth or Dare quietly ends right there.